It's a punch in the gut, right? Happening on Christmas Day.
While others woke up to presents under the tree, a family in Camas had an entirely different and unwanted Christmas morning surprise. Someone stole their car right out of their driveway. Details on the suspect as police try to track them down. And we also have this bizarre twist on the topic of holiday travel, as someone manages to skate past security at SeaTac and hop on board a flight to Hawaii without a ticket. How they pulled it off and what happened next, coming up. Plus,
I'm coming hard.
Okay, yeah, another year of sunrise smiles and laughter, including this moment when Rod went toe-to-toe with that professional wrestler. Oh yeah, there was that moment when China was milking a cow. Lots of classics, lots of great memories. We're going to take a look back at some of our favorite moments from 2024, coming up here in the 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise. Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Drew Carney. It is a Friday morning here on the Sunrise Show, the final Friday of 2024, Rod Hill.
Yes, sir.
Put it on. See how it feels.
We have a pretty good day coming up. Good morning. Here's what's going on right now. Snow out over eastern Oregon. I just checked, and there are no delays or closures showing up on 84, so that's all in good shape through the Blues. In fact, Cabot Hill, one of the higher elevations in the Blue Mountains, 84 is above freezing this morning, so that's good news. Here on the west side, all of a sudden, you folks at the beach are dry, and showers are quickly tapering into just some scattered light rain areas here in the valley after the rain that we had last night that was steady and heavy. Right now, 46 degrees is the early morning number, so just a few daytime showers moving forward all the way through 2, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Not much wind, pretty nice, 52 at noon. Later today, 4 o'clock on, another wave of steady rain comes in, and if you have plans tonight, it's going to be steady from 5 o'clock, it looks like, all the way through about the midnight hour. We'll have your complete weekend forecast coming up. Drew?
All right, thank you, Rod. Top story here at 6 o'clock. Portland police investigating a possible shooting that happened last night near Northeast 72nd and Prescott. It happened around 11:30 last night. This is footage from the scene that shows two cars that crashed into each other. Although we still don't know how exactly the crash happened, we did reach out to Portland police for some more information, but haven't heard back yet. Also new this morning, firefighters put out a fire at the Forest Grove Buy Mart on Pacific Avenue. This happened just before 10 o'clock last night. The fire department there says the flames were limited to the outside of the building, but smoke from the fire did spread inside. We don't know if anyone was hurt. Police in Vancouver say the driver of this car is facing multiple charges, including DUI, because they caused a crash while high on fentanyl. It happened on Christmas Eve. Investigators say that blue Subaru we just showed you crashed into that red Mitsubishi that's just there, and the driver of the Subaru admitted they were using fentanyl. There was also a passenger in the Subaru who was taken to the hospital. They may have suffered a broken pelvis. We're told the driver of that Mitsubishi managed to walk away okay. Police in Camas are searching for a suspect who they say stole a family's car and went on a Christmas Day crime spree. KGW's Celine Stevens has more for us after talking to that family.
It's a punch in the gut, right? Happening on Christmas Day.
Christmas morning, as people were opening presents, this suspect made his way up a driveway in the Woodburn neighborhood in Camas and stole this Mazda.
And to do something again in broad daylight is just ridiculous. I can't understand what's going through this individual's mind.
The car belonged to a family who wasn't home at the time.
From our doorbell camera, you could see kind of like the side of the driveway. And my wife's car, which is the Mazda CX-3, was not visible. And I was like, wait a minute, what was going on?
The suspect then used the car to prowl at least 7 other cars, stealing garage openers, cash, a gift card, and a phone.
It was, a very shocking and just disheartening crime spree that happened in our city on a holiday when people are enjoying family and opening presents.
That car, a dark gray Mazda CX-3 with Washington license plate BSD 5166. Pritam Nandakumar says that car was locked and they had the keys with them.
It's the shock, it's the anger, disappointment, the headache, of having to deal with this. Something that we, again, the last thing on our mind is to to expect to wake up to our car being stolen on Christmas morning.
Neighbors I spoke with said they had no clue anything happened until after the suspect was gone.
Didn't hear a single thing. It has been the safest neighborhood that we've ever lived in.
Camas police confirmed yet another vehicle prowl happened again Thursday morning, and now they're looking into whether it's connected to the other thefts.
At this point, everybody's just on high alert, watching out for everything.
Celine Stevens, KGW News.
Also this morning, we're learning more about the person who managed to get past security at SeaTac Airport on Christmas Eve and then hop on a flight to Hawaii without a boarding pass. Port of Seattle police say the person was found on board a Delta flight headed for Honolulu while the plane was still taxiing on the runway. TSA says they actually went through the standard screening line, but somehow got through without having their ID checked.
It's scary, especially this time of year when there are so many passengers flying, and it makes it easier to make mistakes. But it makes you think.
I mean, it's crazy. I don't know how anyone would get through security and everything. They check your ID numerous times.
Yeah, it is hard to believe, right? Delta says once the ticketless passenger was discovered, the plane headed back to the gate. But in another crazy twist to the story, they somehow managed to get off the plane. Police say they later found them in a terminal restroom and arrested them for criminal trespass. Another stowaway case earlier this week turned deadly. United Airlines officials say they found a body in the wheel well of a plane that flew from Chicago to Maui on Christmas Eve. It's still not clear how this person got on the plane. The FAA, though, says about 80% of people who attempt to sneak on a flight through the wheel well don't survive. Here's a quick heads up for anyone who's going out on New Year's Eve. TriMet is offering free rides that night. That includes buses and MAX trains. Both will have extended services next Tuesday night to help people get to and from their New Year's celebration safely. Oregon State Parks want to help people start 2025 off on the right foot. So on New Year's Day, you can join a ranger for a free guided hike at one of 30 different state parks all across Oregon. Day use parking fees also waived that day. You can find a list of participating parks and hike times at stateparks.oregon.gov. Keep in mind, some parks do have a capacity limit and require people to register ahead of time. Also starting today, it's Winter Whale Watching Week along the Oregon coast. Trained volunteers will be stationed at 15 sites to help people catch a glimpse of gray whales as they head south for the winter. NOAA says the gray whale population is on the rebound, up 30% from last year's count. Something else to keep in mind if you are heading to the coast over the next few days, the National Weather Service says there's a high threat for sneaker waves along the coast. Again, this is today through Sunday. So a reminder to always watch your back, avoid the jetties, and avoid the logs that are near water lines along the beaches. All right, this shot live for us this morning, courtesy of Sunrise photographer Eric Patterson. This is at Poets Beach, right along the Willamette River. All the rain that we've gotten here over the last few days is causing local river levels to rise. So this is something that Rod Hill has been keeping an eye on. Lots to juggle there in the Weather Center, Rob, but what can you tell us about those rising river levels?
So no concerns for flooding at this time for the Columbia or the Willamette, but the water levels are going up. The Willamette River has jumped about 4 feet since Monday, and with more rain that we picked up last night and more coming especially Saturday night into Sunday, another 4 feet in river level rise is expected into Monday, and then there's more after that coming into New Year's Day. So we just want to throw it out there. This is something that the River Forecast Center here in Portland is watching carefully, the rising river level numbers with this rainy pattern that's been with us for quite some time all of a sudden. How much rain fell just last night? Look at PDX, 83/100ths of an inch came down, so that was a good soak. Salem not nearly as much at 3/10ths of an inch of rain. So I mentioned no flooding concerns really on the radar for the Willamette or the Columbia, but our smaller rivers, absolutely. These are the ones the River Forecasting Center is watching most carefully, and including the Wilson River. So again, I'm not saying that it's going to flood. I'm not saying it's not going to flood. I'm just saying that these rivers are on the rise, and especially after the rain that's coming Saturday night into Sunday, you should just be aware if you're in any of these river basins that you could start to see some high water spots as rivers get closer and closer to flood stage. All right, out there right now, the rain we had last night, there it goes. We have dry weather along the coast right now, and we are left with scattered showers over downtown Portland at this hour. 46 degrees is our current temperature. Hey, by the way, Percy's our KGW dog of the day. Take a look. Use that hashtag, especially the hashtag works on Instagram for us to search it, and we'll find your dog, and your dog will become our dog of the day. This morning, it's Percy. All right, we have rain and snow out across eastern Oregon this morning. That's going to be breaking up, and really during the daytime hours for much of our region, as you look at 2 p.m. temperatures, mostly 40s and 50s, we're just looking at a pretty quiet day. Not a lot of wind, just a few scattered showers around during the day, but rain will pick up here in the valley and along the coast. It looks like in the 4 o'clock hour this afternoon, and then that's all rain through about midnight tonight. Rain at times on Saturday, another surge of widespread steady rain Saturday night through about noon on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday look to be pretty quiet. It does appear rain picks up Tuesday evening for New Year's Eve, and it looks like New Year's Day could actually be about as wet as Christmas Day was. Really wet weather showing up next Wednesday at this time. That's your forecast.